Aloha everybody, John with you. Welcome back to my Kaiwaza channel and our video updates looking at my Hawaiian record collection. Today we will wrap up the letter G. We have some South Pacific and I think a few exotica things under the letter G to wrap up that letter, so let's get to it. So before we finish up with the G's, this is a bit of an update. This would have been included in a previous video when we were doing the S's, but I didn't have it. It's a new acquisition. Ingvar, the Swedish steel guitar artist and singer, Song of the Waves on Lonnie Records. Yeah. I think this was his own record label, actually. And again, it's just, you know, he's a good steel guitar player. And these are actually I think almost all these songs he previously recorded on other albums that I have, but these are different recordings, like he re-recorded them. I don't know why do people do that? I mean, I understand if they're going to do something significantly different to it, but like this one, it's really, he didn't do anything different. It's just a somewhat different arrangement, some of the same songs, and I don't understand it. And unfortunately, as with most of his other records, his playing is great, and then he kind of starts singing, and I just don't care for him as a singer. And I wish he would have just made instrumental albums. But anyway, Song of the Waves from Sweden, Ingvar. The letter G, the only really exotica album I have coming from an artist with the letter G is Morton Gould and his orchestra, Jungle Drums. There's a follow-up, More Jungle Drums, which I had a long time ago, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't have it anymore, but I'll have to track that one down. It's an RCA Victor Red Label, and you know, it's orchestral exotica, some Latin American songs, and ritual fire dance and Hawaiian war chant and that sort of thing. Jungle Drums. Morton Gould kind of had a very big orchestral sound, very grand. Now next up we have a group called Le Grand Ballet de Tahiti, or the Grand Ballet of Tahiti. These are coming out of Tahiti and France, the Barclay label. Great pictures, great artwork on these. I have several of them. This one's 1981. That's the director, musical director. And here's another one. This one's called, by the way, Yaora Tahiti. And here's another one from the Grand Ballet of Tahiti called Yaora Tahiti. Same title, right? However, it's totally not the same record. I mean, same group, same title, and two records with the same name. Would someone please explain that to me? I don't understand what would possess you to do that, or what the point would be. This one is from 1980, so this actually was the first one. I like these Grand Ballet of Tahiti albums. They have a mix of like wild drumming and singing, and really enjoyable. They used to, I guess they were like a traveling, you know, performance group, a very large performance group that traveled around the country, the world, France, and other places performing. Great stuff on these. I have another one from the Grand Ballet of Tahiti, Tiare Tahiti. It's a great cover. You know. And let me tell you a little something personal about this one. I've actually had this record for a very long time. When I was in college, we took a trip to, I was living in South Carolina, and we took a trip to New York, the drama group or theater group I was in. And we had one of the days was free for us, and on my free day, one of the things I did was to go record shopping, because I thought New York will have more Hawaiian records or whatever than South Carolina. And I did actually pick up a few things, and this is one of the records that I picked up in New York on that trip, and I have loved this record very much. 1978, is it? Yeah, 1978. And interestingly, I have a couple of albums also that are just not listed as the Grand Ballet of Tahiti, but the Ballet of Tahiti. And they seem to be the same group. I don't know, but I left those under the B's. We'll see. This is Augie, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Coupil and his Royal Tahitians doing Tahitian Swing from 1936 to 1938. So it's kind of a limited time period there. Great album, lots of Tahitian, it is like Tahitian swing sort of music. Not focusing very well on these titles, but this is some kind of 1989 is the date on this. Interstate Music, Harlequin, some kind of private, very limited pressing, I think. Nice record. Tahitian Rhythms and Jungle Drums on Decca Records. This also is Augie Coupil or whatever, and his Royal Tahitians, and Thurston Knudsen, Augie Coupil and their Jungle Rhythmists. So one side of this is Tahitian, strictly the Tahitian drumming, and then the other side is kind of some more African or Latin, a bit of a mixture of different kind of drumming. So nice artwork there, clip art. Decca Records, Tahitian Rhythms and Jungle Drums. Here's a record I've also had for a really, really long time. I think I got this on, like, I always want to say Publishers Clearinghouse, but that's not the name of it. There was some magazine in the 70s my grandfather used to get, and then I got it too, that would sell closeouts of all kinds of things, and they would have records that they would sell very cheaply that I don't know where they got them from. But this was one of those I think I got. The Gauguin Years, Songs and Dances of Tahiti, recorded on location by Francis Mazire. And this is just that. It's field recordings of unnamed artists sort of performing in the wild, if you will. Then we have an artist well known in Tahiti, Gabby Lou. I have a few albums from him. Manuiti. You don't get too much from this because normally these Tahitian records sometimes are kind of expensive, but I found a bunch over the years, and one particularly I found a lot recently. But Gabby Lou was a well-known singer in Tahiti. Recorded many albums, basically Tahitian songs and pop songs from that part of the world. Gabby Lou, Fiu Te Ohipa. I think he was kind of also like a, like a heartthrob. These albums are pretty much, I think, from the early 80s, maybe 70s, early 80s. Gabby Lou and the Banjo Boys. Manuiti Records did a lot of Tahitian recordings and very colorful record jackets. Nice stuff on them. Finally, from Gabby Lou, I have Awe Tahiti A. And then finally, to wrap it up today, I have a 10-inch record with quite a fetching artwork there. Drums of the South Seas, recorded in Tahiti. This is recorded by Gaston Gilbert. And these are just, drumming selections, basically. Mentions here they did, this label did some other ones too. Tropic Drums, Caribbean Holiday, and Drums Over Afghanistan. That'll be interesting. This is a red vinyl on tempo. Let's hear some samples from some of these recordings. And that's it for today. If you have any comments on any of this music or these records, please just comment below. If you like this kind of music, I invite you to subscribe to my other YouTube channel called Hawaiian Leisure Hour that just plays music from the Hawaiian record collection. And I also have a Hawaiian Leisure Hour on 8tracks.com, which is curated playlists of songs, Hawaiian and some other music as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next video.